Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of NTAB presents Campus Care Ed Talk.
Episode of NTAB presents Campus Care Ed Talk. Episode of
Yep. Campus Care Ed Talks was for educators. But yeah, we decided that let's go to the other side of the grass and see what are the point of view of students. So for that very particular purpose, we have invited some bright students from different schools of our country. But before I go there, let me quickly introduce you to NTAB. We are a 20-year-old IT company engaged in providing mature and futuristic school ERP, CRM, and mobile apps to the schools spread across India and help in transforming them from good schools to great schools. In today's special edition, we'll discuss that do children face favoritism in classrooms? We'll understand that how can favoritism have a negative impact on children's mental health and make them feel ignored and isolated. We'll also understand that how can the school administration, peers and parents can help students to deal with the situation of favoritism. देखो बॉस हम सबको पता है स्कूल में टीचर्स में किसी ना किसी का कोई ना कोई फेवरेट तो होता है. बच्चा पार्टी, will you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. So, इसी चीज के लिए we've invited of our country. So, our first guest is Suprita Chatterjee, Class 10 from Treehouse High School, Virar, Maharashtra. Welcome, Suprita.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Suprita, would you please introduce yourself in just 1 minute or maybe 10 seconds?
Yes, sure. Myself, Suprita Chatterjee from Treehouse High School, Maharashtra, and I study in grade 10. And my interests and hobbies are reading books, novels. I like debating, and I like speaking and dancing, of course.
We have Ishan Sharma from Class 12, Rukmani Birla Modern High School, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Ishan.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Ishan Sharma. I am from Class 12th, Rukmani Birla Modern High School, Jaipur. I am the current head boy of the school, and my hobbies and interests, they vary from debating to theater or singing in the bathroom or dancing alone in my room. I am a jack of all, and I am a disciple of experiment.
Wonderful. Head boy of the school. Okay. Next up, we have Aditya Saini, Class 10, DCG International School, Patiala, Punjab.
Greetings from DCG International School, Patiala. I am Aditya Saini from grade 10th. My hobbies are playing games, badminton, basketball, watching anime. I also play guitar.
Oh, wonderful. We have a musician in the house. Next up, we have Rhea KM, Class 10th, DePaul School, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Hi, Rhea. Rhea?
Yes, sir.
I introduced you, sweetheart. Could you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. I am Riya KM of Class 10 from DePaul School, Ukanagram. And my hobbies are reading novels, singing, dancing, listening to songs, and debating.
Okay, wonderful. So I hope everybody must have gotten what they were supposed to do. To those who are watching us on YouTube, in case if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and click on that bell icon to stay regularly updated. All right. So, chalo. Let me ask you one thing, Pachabadi. Do you think what does favoritism means according to you? And can it be harmful to other students, or it is just that teachers are known to some students more as compared to others in a class? Let's go with Suprita first.
Yes, sir. So favoritism in classroom usually means that giving a special treatment, or we can call a preferential treatment, or unfair advantages to a particular child, or it can be a group of children. So giving them special advantages and ignoring other students, the rest of the class. I think this means favoritism in classroom, and yes, it is really very, very harmful for the students. It is not only just that a teacher knows a child for more than others, and she's giving a special treatment is not just like that. It is harmful, and it really lowers the self-esteem of the child itself, and it really lowers down the self-confidence, and it is really harmful as it.
I'm so sorry to barge in between.
Yes.
By the way, if you could all raise your hands and let me know, तुम में से कभी किसी ने कोई favoritism face करा है? Whether you were the favorite or somebody else was the favorite.
I was not the favorite.
You were not the favorite, Aditya?
I was never the favorite.
You were never the favorite. Ishan, you're the head boy. You must be the favorite.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I was apprehensive in joining the debate, because I was facing some negative comments from my peers.
Very good. आज आदित्य फंसा है. आज ईशान फंसा है. Sorry. ईशान आज फंसा है. So, and I'm getting comments from YouTube. Ishan, but they're very positive comments about you. So
they must be teachers, sir. They must be teachers. I'm kidding. My friends are also positive with me only. So
right.
Yeah.
Riya, what about you, darling? Have you ever faced favoritism?
Yes, sir.
तो बेटा हाथ क्यों नहीं उठाया?
सर उठाया था.
दिखा नहीं. अच्छा.
Zoom में उठाया था.
अच्छा. So let's go to Ishan next. Ishan, आपकी ओपिनियन में फेवरेटिज्म जब लाइन क्रॉस कर जाए तो वो कब लाइन क्रॉस करता है और बच्चे की मेंटल हेल्थ पे एडवर्सली कब इफेक्ट करता है?
यस सर, तो मेरे हिसाब से सर फेवरेटिज्म दो तरह का है. वन इज दैट विच इज बेस्ड ऑन क्लासरूम बिहेवियर. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर कोई बच्चा अच्छा करता है इधर ऑन इन स्टडीज और इन एनी एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटी, सो अ टीचर एक्ट्स फेवरेबली. This is a kind of gray area which we'll come towards later on. The other type of favoritism is that which is not based on classroom behavior. It is based on your unconscious bias. That can be either the looks of the child, the personality, and that is horrendous and unacceptable. It crosses the line. So we need to understand which type of favoritism it is there. As far as it being harmful to the students is concerned, yes, it is harmful because it shatters the confidence or the personality of the child. As the famous director Scorsese has said, that the greatest gift a teacher can provide to a student is confidence. And just a single line or a single word even uttered out of the mouth of a teacher, it changes our lives forever. It's no exaggeration. I have found my confidence has been boosted up or even shattered by just a single comment of the teacher. So that is what we need to understand. However, at the same time, we children should also keep in mind when there is favoritism and when a child is actually showcasing his efforts and skills, and we should not disparage or belittle that as well.
Right. That Ishan raised a very good point. As a child, I want to know whether is it possible for you to have a bit biased कि नहीं यार ये टीचर का बच्चा है इसलिए इसको वो हो रहा है, बट क्या पता वो बच्चा सच में मेहनत कर रहा हो. Right. So Aditya, what are your points on that?
Well, favoritism is when a teacher is inclined towards a particular student, and it sometimes leads to unreasonable favors or attention. Favoritism can also have a negative impact on the effectiveness of a classroom. Like students who are not favored may also develop negative attitude towards the teacher or maybe the school as well.
Okay. ये तो तुमने definition बोल दी मुझे. Let's go to Rhea. Rhea?
Yes, sir.
If a couple of students receive special attention from a teacher, let's say, right? Not just one student, but 3-4 बच्चों का group है, whom the teacher feels close to, and only their understanding of the subject matter. How likely it is to fail the concept of the classroom, because a classroom is supposed to be a place where everyone learns, right?
Yes, sir. True. There would be actually lower academic achievement, and the students who actually are favored, they might sometimes become overconfident also. And so they might not work as hard. And the people who are not favored might develop negative impact, and some might even go into depression. And there will be differentiation in the classroom, and the students who are not favored will have a negative impact on the teacher also, and they might not perform well in the academics, or they might even not get the interest to participate in any activities if they feel they are not pushed.
Okay, good. So Suprita, according to you, let's get back to you. What do you think? Other children should do if they see that a child is being favored by a teacher.
I think if we visualize such things like favoritism, then I think we should first talk to our parents, because if parents talk to teachers, that will be much better. And even if the situation is not working out, then yes, we should directly go. Then I would directly go to the teacher and talk to ki what is the problem, and even if I am not working good, then please tell me the problem. And उस पर भी अगर कुछ नहीं होता है फिर तो पानी ऊपर चला गया, and then we have to go to the school administration to talk about it, because something has to be taken out of this.
Okay, very bold steps by Suprita. By the way, guys, can you let me know in understanding, do you understand the difference between favoritism and biasedness? What do you mean by favoritism and what do you mean by bias, being biased? Or is it a synonym? Yes, Ishan?
Yeah, they are close terms. Now, this is just as per me. I don't know the English dictionary differentiation. Yeah, but I believe that favoritism is just more positive as compared to bias, to say. Favoritism is favoring a person over other person. Bias can be even a negative bias I can have for a person. And bias is usually does not really have much reason or substance. Favoritism it can have.
Right. Very well said that, when it comes to biasness, it can be negative as well as positive, but favoritism can only be positive. That's very true and correctly said. Um, my one question or one point of view, which I would love to know from, let's say, Ishan, you only. Um, let's say you're the child who's getting favored. Will you, as a student or as a child, face different attitude from your friends? Will they try to bully you, or will they try to dominate you, or maybe call you names?
Yeah, definitely. This is something which can happen or happens to many children if a child is being favored by the other teachers. So yeah, that can happen. Just once again, coming back to what I previously said, understanding where favoritism is actually there and where there is not. And since you also talked about how to tackle it and whom to talk about, as Suprita rightly mentioned, the administration, teachers, and parents, I say the best thing it would be to directly talk to the blue-eyed baby of the teachers and talk, not passive aggressive comments, just talking. Because the good thing with that is that if there is actually unfair favoritism, the child who is being favored, he realizes and he tries to take steps. And in case the child is actually good at something, the others realize that okay, we were at the wrong side. So just one another point to add.
Okay, so Aditya, I'm sure, like teachers have favorite students, students also have favorite teachers. As human beings, we are naturally to have certain bond with certain type of people, right? जिनको बोलते हैं यार ट्यूनिंग अच्छी बैठती है, करेक्ट? You have certain set of people जो तो आपके दोस्त हैं, right? उनके साथ आपकी बॉन्ड अच्छा है, बाकी लोगों के साथ आपका बॉन्ड अच्छा नहीं है. तो don't you think so? The teacher might also be reciprocating the same. Aditya.
Yes, see, most students and teachers, they both have their favorite child or a teacher, and it's natural for anyone to be, more adjusting towards a person. But sometimes teachers also have to, think of it as a, biased, or sometimes they have to also rethink what they're doing, because it can maybe sometimes lead to, the child being upset about why he is being treated this way, and this is basically what teachers do is then they start positioning the favored child as an exemplary learner, or giving him rewards or reinforcement at variable intervals, and that is something that should it can possibly lower self-esteem of other students.
Right. Very well said, Aditya. All right, Riya.
Yes, sir.
Bacha, do you think that when teachers or when even students they choose their favorite counterparts, do you think the other people feel less acknowledged, the other students?
Yes, sir, definitely. If one person is favored more, the other will actually feel ignored. So the classroom has to be united as a whole. So if one person is favored, there will be differentiation in the whole class. So there should be proper acknowledgement for everyone in the class.
Okay. So basically, you just said what I wanted to say. All right. So, by the way, guys, in your school, is it allowed to carry cell phones? Abhi to nahi. Of course, now to you are only operating on cell phones. But previously, were you allowed to carry cell phones?
No,
Not at all.
And did you carry cell phones? Let's be honest.
no.
You did?
No.
Aditya, why are you smiling as if you did
No,
carry?
it was the day when we were allowed, so I don't think that counts.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, apart from cell phones, any contraband you were carrying in school which you were not supposed to? Anybody bunked school
No.
that you were not supposed
Never,
to?
never,
And your
never.
teacher got to know?
No.
निहायती शरीफ बच्चे हो यार तुम लोग तो. Okay, so I'll tell you an incident about mine. Right, I used to, and I am a pass out from school long time. Right, and I was in GD Goenka, and achanak se some people started checking out that some students have phone. So what I did, instead of covering under or hiding the phone, I went to my favorite teacher and I gave the phone to her and I was like, "Ma'am, please phone रख लो. बाद में आके आपको सब explain कर दूंगा." So has there any been an incident like this with you, wherein you seek the support of your favorite teacher? Let's go to Ishan.
Yes, sir. I've tried. Good teachers, they all were good teachers. So mostly I have failed, but many a times I have passed as well. It's mostly on a very small thing which we are usually pardoned on. For example, not bringing your books uh, or not submitting your project on time. So being punished one by one, your name is being called, then your name is being called, then for you. So for sometimes you are pardoned.
But that is based on your
Yeah,
previous performance, right? That's
yeah,
not favoritism. That is based on your previous performance. Correct?
yeah.
ठीक है, हमेशा पढ़ने वाला बच्चा आज भूल गया तो it's okay. You can be given a break, right? But I'm talking about specific incident where you seek support of your favorite teacher, and that teacher helped you out in getting you out of a trouble situation. Never happened.
Not a troubled
You
situation.
need much more greater bonds with your teachers. Remember, teachers के लिए कभी कोई favorite नहीं होता बच्चा पार्टी. You all are the same for every teacher. Trust me when I say this. I was a very naughty boy in school, but then I had most of the teachers, even though we had a love-hate relationship. They loved me, I hated them. But and that is the case when you will grow up, when you will get matured, you will get to know that the teachers, whatever they are saying, they तुम्हारे भले के लिए बोल रही है. ठीक है? So okay, let me just now we are coming to the end of the webinar. So let me ask you one final question, each and every one of you. All right, Suprita, let's go with you. if in case, let's say you are a teacher's favorite, right? Will you exploit the situation, or will you just tell ma'am that nahi ma'am zyada ho raha hai? Be honest.
Okay, honestly, I would exploit the situation. Who doesn't want actually? कौन नहीं बोलेगा अरे मिस ज्यादा हो रहा है ज्यादा प्यार मत करो सभी बोलेगा and everyone loves to be a favorite. So yes, I would exploit the situation.
Right. Ishan.
Yeah, pretty much what Suprita said, that being exploited, while at the same time it's important, uh, because this happens many a times. If a child is being favored and his peers say कि भाई तुझे तो बिना किसी reason के ही favor कर रहे हैं, that child actually starts questioning the good skills he already has, or फिर he starts getting degraded because he's doing something right and he's getting appreciated for that. So both the things.
एक बात तो ईशान, आगे चल के ना मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स के एग्जाम्स निकलेंगे wherein they will be looking for diplomats. Okay. You definitely.
Yes, I routinely face this problem. My friends, my teachers, my parents, everyone say I'm too diplomatic.
You're too diplomatic, but which is a very good thing. It
Yeah,
is
you have both the sides. You should not neglect one.
yeah, it is a very good thing. You're observant of both the things, both the sides. That's very good trait that you have. Aditya, what about you?
I like there's no teacher who I have a grudge against. Most teachers like me, but then when a teacher likes you or you're sometimes being favored by a teacher, your friends also come back. Please just do this. Ma'am won't say anything to you. Just this. No, they'll come asking for favors. But if I were like being favored a lot, it's really hard for me to even talk to people. So I don't think I would be able to confront.
Really?
Yeah.
So, but will you exploit the situation or will you not?
Like no, like up to a level, but if it just it's in a situation where you can't handle it anymore, then I have to. Then there's no choice.
Okay. Rhea, what about you, darling?
Yes, sir. I would actually exploit the situation because I've tried a lot of times, but then the teachers, although they favor us, but they look at the school rules as well.
Right. Okay. So the thing is, the base, what we could gather out of this conversation was, if as humans we love getting appreciated, right? So if the appreciation is in your favor, then fine. But if you're getting affected by somebody else getting appreciated, that's wrong, right? If it doesn't affect you, then that doesn't matter, correct? And let me tell you one thing: there is no such thing as favoritism in school. I wanted to change the opinion of everybody so that they could understand that पता है क्या बोलते हैं, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ओयो बिलियनर ऑफ इंडिया, राइट? एंड बाकी जितने भी हैं, और you see the success, nobody sees the hard work behind that success. So agar if I could just give one thing, one mantra to you guys, analyze why that child is getting favored. Maybe because that person performs well. Maybe that person is a high scorer. Maybe that person comes from a troubled background. You might not know the story behind every individual, right? So give yourself that point of view. Allow yourself, like what Ishan said very beautifully. Allow yourself to that, absorb that thought process. कि क्या पता यार कुछ अलग हो, right? So now do you believe favoritism do exist in classrooms? Suprita?
I think a little bit.
A little bit. What about you?
Because I have experienced it, so.
Even I have experienced it, but I didn't know the backstory, right?
Yeah, I think favoritism exists everywhere, even right now,
Right.
with every organism. Everywhere it exists, but it is not as bad that it can detriment the growth of a child. the schools that we all belong to, we have good teachers. We have
Correct.
great teachers, and only that is the one requirement in learning. Now it's up to us students to exploit what these great teachers are telling us to get the best out of our great friends who are investing because they have a life outside school and they are probably investing more there, and maybe I am investing in going on Omegle or whatever. So that's what I need to be more open for that matter.
All right.
Acha, just one point, Himanshu sir, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
But just one point in this debate of growth, who is growing more, who is growing less, favoritism, I would say an important part is played by the parents. For that matter, that favoritism or all these confidence building steps, they are molded at a very young age. It's a fluid age. And at that time, the parents push the children because there is so much that a teacher or a school can do. And I was fortunate enough that my parents encouraged me for all these activities, and we all are fortunate that our parents do that. And it is the responsibility of all these factors, including the child himself or herself, to just take the positive outlook every time.
Right. Wonderfully said. Again, very articulately said, Ishan. Aditya?
Yes, favoritism exists, but to some point, because usually teachers also realize what they're doing and how they're favoring a child, and then slowly the attitude of the child. So I think the teacher notices that, and then they stop, or try to reduce the amount of favors, or the attention they're giving to him, and carry the class as a whole. So I think that's a really good thing that teachers have started to realize everything that the child is experiencing about favoritism, or what can you say, over appreciating a child.
Okay. Rhea?
Yes, sir.
What about you, honey?
Sir, yeah, favoritism exists, and there are teachers in our school who tell why they are favoring the child also. So we all tend to understand why it is happening, and then we analyze the situation, and then we all support the teacher and the student as well if they are not getting supported by others. So the teacher supports them, and so we act as a class as a whole.
All right. Thank you, Rhea. So there you go, everybody. To those who are watching us on YouTube, and it's a very bad thing to say, or it's not. It might not be a bad thing as well. So there's a very thin line wherein favoritism becomes derogatory for other people. It becomes detrimental to somebody's health. However, yes, if a teacher wants to motivate a child or inspire a child, then that cannot be called favoritism, but that is just called lifting up of a person. So I take your goodbye, and thank you so much, Suprita, Ishan, Aditya, Riya. Unfortunately, other Riya was also supposed to be there, but then again, internet issues, connectivity issues, I guess. So thank you so much for giving me your valuable time and your point of view. What do you think about the topic? Till we meet again next time in some other webinar on some different topic. Till then, have a nice day. Stay safe, stay secure, stay away from Corona, guys. I hope your exams do get cancelled. Till then, have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Who are in 12th? Ishan and Suprita.
No, I've just entered 12th.
Oh, you've just entered 12th. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye bye. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Have a nice day, guys.